But it did come with a little bit of a chip, but we're just gonna pretend that didn't happen.
House Beautiful gave 6 California designers the same modern dollhouse and 6 hours to decorate it any way they wanted. A whole lot of crazy glue, DIY'd accents, and miniature accessories later, this is Dollhouse Beautiful.
Never have I ever designed a dollhouse before, so this is a little bit intimidating and I'm excited to see how it goes. I was really surprised that they picked kind of a modern lined dollhouse, which is very atypical, and usually they're like those kind of Victorian, very traditional dollhouses. So this one really made me feel like Scandinavian modern was the way to go, so that's the way I'm gonna take it. So mostly I went for this black walnut flooring, which has turned out to be discontinued and kind of hard to find. And the reason I want that is because I've been paneling this house in this black walnut flooring and then taking this black stain and staining it like this. We were supposed to do the wallpaper prior to, so that's what I've been working on. And instead of wallpapering the inside of this house, I'm doing the outside, and I want it to kind of feel like very Danish, Scandinavian, modern. I also found some like gray stones, and I was thinking like this is a little outdoor terrace, like maybe it's gonna be kind of cool to do a stone terrace, so like a little stone garden. That might feel a little bit more modern. I did buy this coffee table, and now we'll see if I like it. I'm kind of iffy on it, but we'll see how that goes. It's hard to find modern-ish furniture with like an organic flair. Everything's like super Victorian or hyper modern. So that's been hard. I think this style of dollhouse is particularly difficult. I'm really excited to show you guys what I've been working on, and let's get started. I think what I'm gonna do, since I'm maybe not gonna grout these stones, they look all right by themselves. I'm gonna take out the netting in the very front so we don't see that. I think I'll move this guy and just start chipping away at some of this netting. Before I put the rocks in for my little outdoor rock garden, I'm gonna add some of these trees, and hopefully this works. These guys, I just liked the frame. They were very simple, but the heron is not gonna work. So I'm gonna change this out for some modern art I found online, and hopefully that will work. Right now, I just tried to cut it and it sort of fell apart. So hopefully I can get this to work. So these are some of my favorite pieces, and what I love most about them is they give that organic feel that I'm looking for, but still lean a little bit modern. These guys were the hardest to find. They came all the way from Italy, and to find woven furniture is near impossible that was kind of the right aesthetic that I was going for. So I'm so excited about these and I can't wait to place them in the dollhouse. Some other favorite items that I found were this little mattress. I loved the stripes and the gray, and there's some other gray aesthetics that I have going on. This dining table and chair situation, what a cool kind of vintage looking piece. It still felt modern to me and kind of like a Danish furniture maker design or cabinet maker design. It still had that organic kind of rustic wood feel, and so I'm really excited about this guy. One thing I did notice is I had this tub come, which I wanted to kind of have just a creamy white standard tub, but it did come with a little bit of a chip, but we're just gonna pretend that didn't happen. This is the little sofa I'm gonna use. I just wanted something really plain and simple. To find that was also difficult. Once again, traditional lines everywhere, and I did not know how to make a sofa from scratch. This one's quite complicated. You can see in all of its little details how they've really well constructed this. I wanted to create a fireplace and I didn't want it to be kind of a super hyper traditional fireplace like this guy. And I wanted to do something more organic. So I found these pre-painted surface rocks in the like train set area of Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And I got a couple boxes of those and they had these longer ones in here. So what I decided to do is pop this out, which is the fireplace backing to the more traditional fireplace. And now I'm gonna build out a fireplace out of rocks using this as the frame. Favorite room in the house is actually like this bedroom area that like feels like a loft. I think that's a lot of fun and different and really lends to that modern, quirkiness. The house itself was definitely my #1 inspiration. It felt more, once again, Scandinavian modern, so that's the way I went. My biggest thing was that I didn't want too much modern, so I wanted more organic. And so as you can see in some of my choices, there's a lot of furs and woven materials and darker woods and stone material and things like that. I kept the raw shingle roof instead of dyeing it black like I thought I was going to, like I did with this siding. I felt like it just lent to the design better and kind of gave some balance to the wood furniture on the interior of the house. There was definitely a couple difficult things. Trying to get this curtain to lay properly was tough. This bed came the wrong size, and so I had to cut it down, and that was a little bit tricky. And then this stone fireplace, to get all the stones to kind of line up evenly so that it didn't feel wonky or kind of funny looking, was kind of tough too. I think the textures that I pulled in, so like the furs and the wovens and the raw woods, I think that's what I know and I love in design and what I try and incorporate in my real life designs, and I wanted to do that in the dollhouse as well. That's what makes a room feel rich and warm and all those yummy things, and really brings in a lot of depth and texture. All this was a very interesting learning experience and not at all what I expected, but has been a lot of fun.